Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of the Walk with Ethan Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Black. And today we're going to talk about the games from Tuesday, April 28th, and last night's games, April 29th, as well as go over the games we'll preview the games from tonight, April 30th, all the way to Monday, April 4th. May 4th, sorry. I forgot we're almost in May now. Do apologize. As well, go to the AHL Calder Cup updates as well from the couple games from last night, and as well as Tuesday, and then preview the tonight for Monday games. Let's start with anytime. We're just going to start with the Tuesday, April 28th games. Three games on tap here, all game fives for these three games. First game at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Buffalo Sabres hosting the Boston Bruins, and Boston Bruins do get the win with the score 2-1 in overtime. David Pastrnak getting his second of the playoffs, getting the overtime win in 9 minutes and 14 seconds. And speaking of David Pastrnak, he gets the first star for Boston Bruins. Alex Lyon, your second star from Buffalo Sabres, and Ramus Dahlin is your third star from Buffalo Sabres. So that series is 3-2. Buffalo still winning that one. Game number 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. Dallas Stars hosting Minnesota Wild, and the Minnesota Wild gets the win with a score of 4-2. Kirill Kaprizov gets the empty netter at 18 minutes into the third period. So they take that series 3-2 as well. And speaking of Kaprizov, he gets first star from Minnesota Wild. Matt Boley, your second star, also from Minnesota Wild, and Jason Robinson, your third star from Dallas Stars. And the third and final game of this night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Edmonton Oilers hosting the Anaheim Ducks, and Edmonton Oilers were up for eliminate. If they lost this game here, they would have been eliminated, and they survive with the score of 4-1. Leon Draisaitl getting the power play goal in the second period, 10 minutes and 24 seconds. So that series out is 3-2, going into game number 6. And speaking of Leon Draisaitl, he is your first star, and Edmonton Oilers will actually have all three stars for this night. Carl Ingram, your second star, and Flazen Podkolzin is your third star. So that was the Tuesday games. And on to last night's games, April 29th. The only team up for elimination on this game was Pittsburgh Penguins. They had to win to keep their chances live for Game 7. So game number 1 at 7 p.m. Eastern, Tampa Bay Lightning hosting the Montreal Canadiens, and the Canadiens get the win with a score of 3-2. Alexander Teskier gets his second of the season, a minute 6 into the third period. So they take that series 3-2. That series coming into Game 5 was tied by like 2 apiece. It's Alexander Texter. He gets first star Montreal Canadiens. Dominic James, your second star from Tampa Bay Lightning, and Lane Hudson's your third star for the Montreal Canadiens. Game number 2 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Philadelphia Flyers hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they get the win with a score of 1-0 in overtime. And so Philadelphia wins the series, and we got our first quarterfinal match officially made. It will be Carolina Hurricanes taking on Philadelphia Flyers. And Cam York getting the only goal in this whole entire game at 17 minutes 32 seconds in the overtime. First star, Dan Fedor, Philadelphia Flyers. Cam York, your second star, Philadelphia, and Etcher Silva, your third star from Pittsburgh Penguins. And the third and final game of this night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Vegas Golden Knights hosting the Utah Mammoth, and Vegas does get the win with a score of 5-4 in the second overtime. Brett Howland gets his third of the season, 5 minutes and 28 seconds into the second overtime, and he gets first star for Vegas Golden Knights. Pedro Dorov is your second, also Vegas Golden Knights, and Shea Theodore is your third star. So Vegas Golden Knights leads that series 3-2. By the way, Philadelphia won that series 4-2. By the way, that was the series score. So now the upcoming games. So tonight, as we record April 3rd, late Thursday morning, 2 games on tap tonight. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, game number 6 between Minnesota and Dallas. Dallas is visiting Minnesota for that game. So Minnesota can actually put this away tonight, winning this game. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Anaheim Ducks hosting Edmonton Oilers. And the Anaheim Ducks can actually put this game away as well with a win tonight. Then tomorrow night, Friday, May 1st, we have 3 games. All game 6 is here. 7 p.m. Eastern, Tampa Bay Lightning visiting the Montreal Canadiens. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Buffalo Sabres visiting the Boston Bruins. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, Vegas Golden Knights visiting Utah Mammoth. So Montreal, Buffalo, and Vegas can all end their series is tomorrow night. As of right now, we do have 2 games on Saturday. If it does go to Game 7, it's Dallas Stars hosting Minnesota Wild and Edmonton Oilers hosting the Anaheim Ducks. And if we do have any games on Sunday, May 3rd, because we know how the Game 6 are going to go, these are the final 3 games. We have Buffalo Sabres hosting Boston Bruins, Tampa Bay Lightning hosting the Montreal Canadiens, and Vegas Golden Knights hosting the Utah Mammoth. And for Monday, as of right now, we don't have any games because we're waiting on to hear back from the see how the brackets are going to go. So that's all the games right now. And then we're going to jump over to the AHL. They're still doing their Calder Cup playoffs, as we only had one game on Tuesday, April 28th. This is game 1 of 5 of the Central Division semifinals as uh, Texas Stars hosting Chicago Wolves, and they get the win with the score of 2-0. So that was that game. And then on last time, we had 2 games on tap here. This is game 1 of the best of 5 semifinals in each division. Game number 1, Lava Rocket hosting Toronto Marlies. And Lava Rockets do get the win with the score of 3-1, so they take that series 1-0. And personally, I say this is a little bit of an upset in the Pacific Division semifinals. Lava Rocket Toronto Mars, by the way, that was from the North Division. Coachella Valley versus the Pacific Division champions Ontario with a score of 3-0. So Coachella takes that series 1-0, which I still say that's a little surprising, to be honest with you. But now going over the next few days games. So tonight, 2 games on tap here. Game number 1 of the Atlantic Division semifinals. It's Hershey Bears versus the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Tech Stars again hosting the Chicago Wolves. So Tech Stars looks to take a 2-0 lead on that one. Then on tomorrow night, Friday, May 1st, we have 5 games on tap here. Game number 1, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is game 3 of the North Division semifinals. Syracuse Crunch hosting the Cleveland Monsters. Game number 2, also 7 p.m. Eastern. This is the North Division semifinals. Lava Rocket again hosting Toronto Marlies. Game number 3 at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. This is game 1 of the Atlantic Division semifinals between Providence Birds hosting the Springfield Thunderbirds. At 10 p.m. Eastern, Henderson Silver Knights hosting the Colorado Eagles. This is the first of 2 Pacific Division semifinal games on this night. And also at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Ontario Reign again hosting the Coachella Valley Firebirds. And that's game number 2 of 5 for them. Then on Saturday, May 2nd, we have 3 games on tap. At 3 p.m. Eastern, we have game 1 of the Central Division semifinals as Manitoba Moose hosting the Grand Rapids Griffins. At 6:05 p.m. Eastern, Wilkes-Barre Scranton again hosting the Hershey Bears. That's game number 2 of 5 from the Atlantic Division. And at 8 p.m. Eastern, Chicago Wolves are going to visit the Texas Stars at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's game number 3 for them, by the way. And by the each division semifinals, they're all best of 5, like I said before. Sunday, May 3rd, we have We have 5 games on tap here. So at 3 p.m. Eastern, game number 4 of 5. Syracuse Crunch, again hosting Cleveland Monsters. 3 p.m. Eastern, game number 2 of 5 between the Manitoba Moose and the Grand Rapids Griffins. Manitoba Moose hosting Griffins again. At 4 p.m. Eastern, if it does go to game 4, Chicago Wolves will again host Texas Stars. And speaking of 4 p.m. Eastern, this game 3 of 5 between Toronto Marlies and Lava Rocket. This time, the Rockets are visiting the Marlies. And the 5th final game on this night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern, just game 2 of 5 between the Providence Bruins and Springfield Thunderbirds. And Bruins are hosting the Thunderbirds again on this night. And then on Monday, May 4th, only one game 2 of 5 between Henderson Silver Knights and Colorado Eagles in the Pacific Division. And that's at 10 p.m. Eastern, and that's game 2 of 5. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for today. I'll be back on Tuesday to talk about the games from Thursday for Monday. Have a good weekend, guys, and stay safe.